Hello Golden Jobbers! Welcome once again to my channel. This is Sir Job and welcome to Sir Job TV. Para po sa lahat ng mga new explorer at saka newly discovered pa lang po ang aking channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for you to be updated with my future videos. Before I have to start discussing for this morning, I just want to greet a happy New Year sa lahat ng mga Golden Jobbers at sa lahat po ng mga always na sumusuport sa aking YouTube channel. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Patuloy po tayong magsama for another year, for year 2021. So if you are following my YouTube channel, I already discussed there the Milk 1, 2, 3, and 4 of UCSP. So for today's video, I am so very excited to open up the topic under Milk number 5. So our discussion for this morning will focus on the context of socialization. But our target for today's discussion is the biological context. Welcome to my video number 50. So allow me to read the description of Milk number 5. Explain the context, content, processes, and consequences of socialization. So that is our focus for the discussion of Milk number 5. We have the context, the content, processes, and consequences of socialization. After going through this lesson, you are expected to first, explain the development of myself and others as a product of socialization. Second, analyze the context, content, processes, and consequences of socialization. And third, identify the context, content, processes, and consequences of socialization. In the previous lessons, you have learned the importance of cultural, social, political, and economic symbols and practices. Now, we will talk about the context, content, processes, and consequences of socialization. So that is our highlight for Milk number 5. We have to focus our attention on the idea of the context, content, processes, and consequences of socialization. So before we begin, let me know if you already know the definition of or the context of socialization. So I'm sure you have your idea kung ano yung socialization because I already discussed it once sa aking mga previous video. So for this morning, allow me to read the extensive definition with corresponding example of what is the beauty of socialization in holistic perspective. Socialization is the process through which people are taught to be proficient members of a society. It describes the ways that people come to understand societal norms and expectations, to accept society's beliefs, and to be aware of societal values. Socialization is not the same as socializing, interacting with others like family, friends, and co-workers. To be precise, it is a sociological process that occurs through socializing. As Daniel's story illustrates, even the most basic of human activities are learned. You may be surprised to know that even physical tasks like sitting, standing, and walking had not automatically developed for Daniel as she grew. And without socialization, Daniel hadn't learned about the material culture of her society, the tangible object a culture uses. For example, she couldn't hold a spoon, bounce a ball, or use a chair for sitting. She also hadn't learned its non-material culture, such as its beliefs, values, and norms. She had no understanding of the concept of family, didn't know the cultural expectations for using a bathroom for elimination, and had no sense of modesty. Most importantly, she hadn't learned to use the symbols that make up language through which we learn about who we are, how we fit with other people, and the natural and social worlds in which we live. So I already mentioned to you a while ago that our focus in Milk number 5 is to discuss to you the context, content, processes, and consequences of socialization. So for today's video, we will be focusing our attention on the context of socialization. Socialization occurs with biological, psychological, and social context. So meron pong tatlong bagay or elements na pinaka-importante po in the development of a certain person. Ano ang mga ito? These are the biological, psychological, and social context. So ang i-focus po natin sa umagang ito is the biological context. Each of these offers possibilities and limitations that may influence socializations. So meron pong factor as how a certain social actor interacts with the other social actor. So meron pong connection ito sa three elements na i-discuss natin sa MELC number 5. So the biological context. First, before proceeding, let us define first what is biological in the first place. When we speak of biological, it is living organisms, okay? A member of a person's family or genetically related or related by blood. So pag sinabi kong biological, it has something to do with the genes. Okay, saan ang galing ang genes mo? Anong uri ng pamilya meron ka? Sino ang mga kalahi mo, or who are your descendants in the first place, or who are your ancestors in the first place? So that's how we are going to trace when we are speaking of biological. Okay, because everything that is living organisms, member of a family, genetically related or related by blood, that is automatically considered as part of the biological context. When we speak of context, let us also characterize this particular word. Context is the circumstances that form the setting for an event, statement, or idea, and in terms of which it can be fully understood and assessed. Meaning to say, how you are going to interpret, okay, or how you are going to understand a certain concept or a certain situation or a certain example. For instance, no, iba't iba po ang konteksto na ina-apply, okay, when we are speaking. So iba-iba po ang interpretation natin when it comes on the development of interaction, no, in a certain society. So this is how we are going to understand the biological context at this very moment. Biological features are regularly suggested as sources of human behavior. Okay, highlight natin, pag sinabi natin biological features, target natin dito is to highlight the idea that these are the sources of human behavior. So, meron pong malaking factor sa isang development ng tao or sa behavior ng isang tao ang konsepto ng kanyang biological aspect. Okay, basically that's what we have to understand. Sociobiologists suggest that some human capacities may be wired into our biological makeup. So there's a connection, no, with our biological setup or makeup. For example, even newborn babies seem to strive for maximum social interaction. According to the sociobiologists, by the way, if we are talking about sociobiologists, by definition, sociobiologists is a field of biology that aims to examine and explain the social behavior in terms of the evolution. Okay, so there has something to do with a connection with social science to the concept of biology. That is the concept of sociobiology. Again, it's a field of biology that aims to examine and explain the social behavior in terms of the evolution. Let's continue. They move their heads back and forth in burrowing or rooting motions looking for milk, okay? And they have powerful grasping fingers that cling tightly to other human fingers or body, and they move so as to maximize body contact with their caregivers. These facts suggest that infants are born wanting human contact. So, isa-isahin natin yung mga na-mention. First is pag naghahanap ng milk ang isang bata, talagang iniikot-ikot niya ang kanyang ulo looking for that particular milk, okay? And they have that powerful grasping fingers that cling tightly. Di ba pag ang isang bata humawak sa'yo, 1-year-old na baby, pag humawak sa yung kamay ngayon, they will hold tightly your hand, no? As if nga mahuhulog sila or matatangay sila ng isang tubig, for example, in that particular sense. So that's how we are going to analyze in terms of the biological concept or the biological context. Yan po ang human nature ng isang tao. Okay, biologically speaking, they want to have interaction at that particular stage of their lives, makikita natin that they are normal and they want to interact with people by that particular sense of movements. Okay? And they move as to maximize body contact with their caregivers. Okay? They want to go with you, they want to get your attention. That's how we have to observe, no? Gusto nilang always silang kargahin ng kanilang mga caregivers, at saka yung mga attention is nakafocus talaga sa mga batang ito. So, by that particular situation, according to the social biologist, that is the manifestation as far as biological context is concerned. Yan, dyan natin ma-observe na ang isang bata is gusto na niya ng interaction, or it's normal for a person to really make an interaction by that particular sense. Although this evidence suggests that biological factors clearly play a role in development, it does not, okay, show that all human behavior is biologically determined. Meaning to say, part lang po ang biological context, okay, sa isang development ng bata towards interaction or towards social interaction as a social actor. Okay, part lang po. No, hindi po ang conclusion natin agad na, it's because of genes, it's because of blood, whatever, justify, conclusion agad. No, there are so many factors to be considered as that particular child grow or develops along the way. So that's how we have to consider. Biology sets the stage on which a very broad range of human behavior occurs. Kasi malawak po ang coverage ng ating, in fact, tayo mga biologist, tayong hindi mga experts sa ganitong field, ang tangi nating makikita is the external factor, is the movement of that particular child, no? Kasi walang test, walang assessment na naganap, walang examination, no? Scientific examination that is being conducted. Nagko-conclude po ang person immediately. Kasi ang nakikita natin always is the external factor or the external movement of that particular social actor. That's basically one thing that we have to understand at this very moment. Most or all of the important differences between societies are due to social, okay, rather than biological factors. So accordingly, mas malaki ang impact, no, ng kanyang social context kaysa sa biological context, pwedeng maapektuhan. Okay? May mga na-observe na akong ganitong society na ganito kabait ang kanyang mother at saka father. Pero ang batang ito is na-influence sa kanyang peers. Nagkaroon siya ng mga kaibigan na taliwas sa paniniwala ng kanyang parents. So at the end of the day, because meron siyang long exposure with that particular circle, nadidevelop ang kanyang influence towards that particular group. Okay? So meaning to say, nasapawan ang biological aspect ng batang ito sa social context na kung saan mas na-expose ang kanyang sarili. Do you get my point? Okay. So that's how we have to understand the concept of biological context at the very end of the day. As educators have become more aware of children with learning disabilities, this is common with us right now. Meron na tayong mga special schools with special needs. Sa ibang bansa, talagang hina-highlight po nila ito. May mga special schools may mga schools for special children or special students na nakikater po talaga ang kanilang mga basic needs. And that's very important, okay? They have begun to wonder if some conditions such as those labeled dyslexia, that is the inability to grasp meaning of something one reads, are due to the incomplete development of certain nerve pathways in the brain that may scramble signals on the way to the brain, making it likely that children will see BS instead of DS, QS rather than PS, and so forth. So as an educator, highlight natin dito sa lahat ng mga teachers na nanonood sa aking video na ito, I hope you could be able to open up your mind. Kasi ako din, this is always my mistake, no? Hindi ko kino-consider. I always have to base my judgment on the social context, which is mali. Kailangan tingnan po natin yung biological setup ng ating mga estudyante. So this is how we have to justify this particular statement. I hope you already watched the movie Every Child is Special, no? This is an Indian movie, a very nice Bollywood movie na ipinakita dito yung diversity ng estudyante. Diba there was a student in the story na meron siyang dyslexia, meaning to say he cannot read properly the words, as what I have mentioned to you a while ago, na nahirapan siya kasi bumabaliktad yung mga words and then the meaning cannot be developed sa kanyang brain. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya makabasa sa mga words na nakasulat sa board. But one day, nagkaroon ng isang competition, malawakang competition sa painting ang school nila. Okay? Kung napanood niyo po ang video, ay kung napanood niyo po ang movie, doon niyo po ma-appreciate ang isang batang may dyslexia in the application of the biological context. Dito mas lalong na-appreciate ang isang batang ito. Okay? Kasi out of a lot of students na nag-join sa competition, pinakamagandang output po ang nailabas ng estudyanteng ito. Hindi ko ay lalabas sa screen ang pangalan ng batang 'yon kasi medyo na nakalimutan ng aking memory kung ano, but this is one of my favorite movies in the world na nakikita so far na na-observe ko. I really love Every Child is Special, and I also love the way how the teacher deal this particular student in the story. So that's how we have to analyze the situation, meaning to say, as an educator, biologically speaking, we have to understand saan ang galing ang batang ito. Maybe sa kanilang pamilya may sakit na ganito or whatsoever. We need also to consider, kasi dito sa Philippines, if we observe, though meron ng mga schools for special child or students with special needs, okay, that's how we have to use the term correctly, hindi pa talaga siya ganun ka-focus. Meaning to say, may mga special child pa rin or mga special students na na-incorporate pa rin sila sa mga normal people. Okay, meaning to say, kung ano yung normal setup ng learning, nilalagay pa rin doon yung mga students with special needs. So basically, ang gagawin nila is they need to cope up with what is happening in the normal setup. Okay? But in other country, talagang binibigyan na nila ng highlight ang separation or division, no, ng mga estudyanteng ito para mas ma-focus po ang kanilang mga basic needs as to how they will develop intellectually. So that's how we need to understand. But here in the Philippines, kasi as I said, hindi pa ganong natutukan ang issue na ito. So I hope that all the teachers will also have to at least we have to do our own understanding and we have to do our own initiative on how we could be able to address these particular issues. Such problem may be part of the biological context of socialization. They may interact in significant ways with psychological and social factors during socialization and have important effects on the outcomes. For example, if children are labeled retarded or develop a sense of worthlessness, they may be less likely to learn. So of course, kung meron siyang problema sa isip, for example, dito sa ating statement, so kung mentally retarded yung isang tao or na-develop sa kanya ang sense of worthlessness, hindi siya matututo as how the normal students can develop or can cope up with the lesson. Okay? Kasi ang ginagawa ng iba, siguro nagagawa ko rin sa aking sarili, we neglect the need of this particular student, no? Na dapat, as a teacher, if we are going to analyze our role, tutukan natin yung need talaga ng ating estudyante. Uy, hindi siya nakakuha sa ganitong test or sa ganitong activity. So I have to focus on this particular student. So that's basically the point. Pero ang nangyayari kasi sa atin dito sa Philippines or commonly na nangyayari sa ating bansa is kung sino ang nakaka-cope up, so that's how we have to focus our attention. One time may nabasa akong isang statement na on the part of the teacher, mas pinofocus nila ang kanilang attention doon sa marunong na, doon sa magaling na, no? Hindi nila tinitingnan yung mga estudyante na nahihirapan for that particular lesson, which is correct naman, and I'm so affected by that particular statement kasi usually yun din po ang aking thinking when it comes to teaching, no? Na parang iniisip ko na kung sino yung magagaling, so doon ako magfo-focus, which is basically wrong. As far as biological context is concerned, let us remind ourselves kung ano yung pinaka-deep na meaning nung pagiging teacher natin as how we contact with our students, i-perform natin siya inside the four corners of the classroom. So I hope I could be able to practice this one ngayong 2021 as we have to remind ourselves with this particular topic, biological context in understanding our learners. In short, biology provides rich potential for becoming human and may present general tendencies. such as the tendency to seek out social interaction or to use language, but it does not determine the particular form such social development takes. So that would be all for this morning. I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope that you will share this video to your friends and to anybody else that you think nangailangan ng video na ito. Asahan niyo po that Sir John TV will continue to discuss more meaningful videos, especially in the field of social sciences. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye!